Welcome into the Potters pregame. It's a Sunday, which means we got all kinds of things going on. The pregame show, Mark the Phantom Lowe here. We've got the Eli Garcia show with the manager of the Potters coming up next. But Sunday is also the day that we have Stones McCoy. We call it Sunday in the Park with Stones. We'll elaborate on that a little bit more. But Stones McCoy, welcome back to the press box that you created.
I appreciate that. Yeah, I love this place. I was telling my son yesterday, it's amazing. Every time we get back here, you don't think about this place necessarily for 8 or 9 months.
Right.
You show up and it's like you're home again. I can't get over that feeling.
It's true, but also you do think of this place more than that because you're involved in a lot of the improvements that are made around the park from year to year, and they're always, Matt and the guys always, they have plans for every offseason and they do improvements, and we're going to talk about that. Part of Sunday in the Park with Stones is Stones McCoy talking about and showing us some of the things that are going on and some of the new vendors. But before we get started on that, just give me a feeling, a new season feeling from Stones McCoy.
New season feeling, man. This place, although it is the same park, it has changed.
Yes, it has.
It's morphed into something I think that, in year 1 or 2 when we were here, I don't think we could have envisioned. And it's really, really turning out to be an absolutely beautiful venue inside and out. So I look forward to taking everybody down the tour this summer.
Yeah, we're going to elaborate a little more on that. Like I said, I'm pretty excited about that too. But first, I want to get some housekeeping or bookkeeping out of the way. People are watching us now on YouTube, on Stones Broadcast Networks, or on Lincoln Potters Baseball. But there's a little confusion this season as we go into the season. What's the best way for people to follow if they can't be out here? And we do urge everyone to come out here, but we know there are people all over the country tuning in. What's the best way to follow the Potters?
Best way to follow the Potters is going to be via the YouTube link. So follow Stones Broadcast Networks on YouTube. You also want to follow the Lincoln Potters Baseball Club on YouTube. You should never be missing a game there. And then definitely you got to follow all the socials. So you want to do that on the X machine now, I guess we call it. And the Instagram is a big thing, and the TikTok. So Stones Broadcast Networks, Lincoln's Potters Baseball, we're all there on all those platforms. So follow along there. You'll never miss anything.
Okay, when we do Sunday in the Park with Stones, I think what we're doing, we'll have a little pregame talk as we're doing now, and we'll talk about some of the things that are happening around the park that you either were or were not involved in, but also in the body of the game. You're not going to go away.
No.
You're going to actually go out there, and what is you harebrained scheme, perhaps.
Yes,
what
maybe.
is your plan during the game on Sundays?
So during the game on Sundays, what I'd like to do is I'd like to go around and just walk the paddock, and check out all the new things, not just necessarily our vendors. And we are going to pay tribute to all of our vendors here, but I want to look at some of the new stuff that's gone on over the summer or over the winter.
Over the winter,
coming into the
we
summer.
We are the summer, yeah.
Yeah, we are the summer. So I'd like to take everybody around and kind of just show everything off.
How are you going to do that?
So we're going to go do some live hits out there, and
this is disaster waiting to happen.
I'll try to minimize it so I don't bore everybody to death. But during a half inning, I can go out there.
Sure, yeah.
I can give you something, So I'll go down to the VIP section. We might talk to somebody down there.
Great stuff down there. Yeah,
we'll interview some of the vendors. We got obviously the bounce houses have been moved.
Right, a lot of changes.
But that out there is its own unique little thing. So we're going to go out there and talk to those fine folks. Merch booth, the whole bit. We're going to be around the park.
So you're the man on the street, is what you are.
We are going to do man on the street
because I've always said
I think I started as a man on the street.
You're the everyman. You make friends with everybody around here.
Absolutely.
We go from side to side, third base to first base. We have to stop dozens of times for you fist bumping people, and we're going to try to parlay that into a little bit of a feature. I'm excited about it.
I'm excited too. I'm excited to at least contribute because let's be honest, you're the man. You're the voice of the Potters here.
Yeah.
And I'm jealous. It's just a jealousy thing. So I'm just trying to.
So wait a minute.
I'm trying to get my way back in.
It took a hard turn right there. I thought we were doing great. You're the man, and all of a sudden I'm jealous. I may get up the knife in the back. I'm out of here next week.
Maybe it's possible.
It's really Sunday in the park.
You
with Stone.
never know with Stones.
Well, I'm looking forward to it. I think your son Riley's looking forward to it because he almost had a small grin on his face,
which
for him is incredible. Absolutely. Stones McCoy, looking forward to talking with you every Sunday and other dates too. But
sure,
Sunday is your day. Sunday, Stones in the Park. That is Stones McCoy. We'll be back with the Eli Garcia show right after this on the pregame on the Stones Broadcast Networks. Welcome to the Potters pregame. It's Sunday, so this must be the Eli Garcia show with the new manager of your Lincoln Potters. And Eli, how does that work for you Sunday? Does that seem like a good day for your show? You seem a little bit relaxed. You seem ready to go.
Oh, yeah, definitely. It's a lot more relaxed. Beautiful weather out today, so you can't complain. It's not in the hundreds yet, but I'm sure it'll get there soon.
Why are you looking at me like saying that you can't complain about the weather? You looked right at me like I'm complaining about the weather all the time. Let's get to the interview. I don't even want to start talking about this. We're going down a terrible path. First of all, congratulations in order. Your Roseville High Tigers, the section champions a couple of days ago in just your second season. So a little surprise. I mean, that's the ultimate goal, of course, but in the second season, that's awfully quick.
Yeah, no, definitely. And I think, testament to the boys for all the hard work they put in. Day in and day out. It started in fall ball, and they were out there grinding, 4 or 5 days a week. And that's kind of where it starts. And that's what I kind of relayed to them is championships are won, in the fall, in the summer, in the winter break, stuff like that. Just the work you put in, and they definitely put the work in, and they earned it for sure.
Now, I've been watching you play baseball since you were 8 or 9 years old, followed your career all the way through Little League and high school and everything. But for you, at what point in your career did you think, maybe I want to get into the coaching side when I'm done playing?
Yeah, I definitely would say it'd be about to my second to last year, where I was thinking about it. It's just something that, I really wanted to do, and it caught my attention, especially, playing for a great manager in Ryan Stevens here at the Lincoln Potters, and then at Sierra College with Rob Wilson, just learned a ton from them. And, I kind of looked up to them and said, hey, maybe that's a good career to look into. And, ultimately I'm here, and I'm super excited.
You mentioned Ryan Stevens, and he coached here for 5 or 6 years and set the template, I think, for what a Potters team should be, which is a scrappy team and never give up team. I mean, you played on a bunch of them, so you know. And also a team that really establishes chemistry very, very quickly. Do you find that the way of this team? I know it's only been a couple of days, but how is that working for this team?
Oh, definitely. I mean, that's something I already talked to him already. I know a lot of you guys are from different states and stuff, but here it's West Coast baseball. And West Coast baseball, it wins, right? And it's fun to watch. It's the little thing, the hustle plays, the whatever it takes to get the job done. And we kind of saw that in display last night. We had a couple of hustle doubles, as we call them, right? They're not hard hit really, but they're just pure hustle. You're getting to second base. And those little plays like that is what can win and lose a game.
Well, let's talk a little bit about last night, because there were a couple of things that were really impressive to me. First, Jake Morrell, your starting pitcher, gave up 2 hits in the first 3 hitters and then retired 14 of the next 15. Now, Stones and I have been watching Jake over at American River College for the last couple of years. Always a strong arm, but really having problems with location. I've never really seen him look as sharp as he did yesterday. Do you know what he's been working on? How is that possible? And were you impressed by what you saw last night?
Yeah, I mean, I definitely knew coming in. I talked with this pitching coach at Jessup Brock, and he told me one of the hardest working kids. And that was my first time ever seeing him throw live.
Okay.
And, that's a good first impression for me.
Yeah, very
right?
good, yeah.
But, he competed, right? I told him, you gave up a 2 spot in the first inning, and the rest were zeros, right? We call those very mature outings, where they get on you a little early, but then you kind of figure it out and you just find a way to compete. And, that's what he did, and threw strikes, and, defense made plays behind him. But ultimately, he threw strikes, and that's, what we're looking for,
Yeah, I want to get back to that defense in a second, but I just want to bookend that with you. Started with the Jessup guy, and you ended with the Jessup guy, and Evan Williams, and he came out here, and he had brought some fans with him, let's be honest. It was a pretty raucous crowd for Evan to come out here, but he looked tremendous, striking out all 3 hitters that he faced and closing the game.
Oh, yeah, no, Evan, yeah, we knew coming in he would be one of their guys, one of our guys, because he was one of their guys, and he came in and, he kind of lit up the radar gun, which was fun to watch.
Absolutely fun to watch.
Yeah, and, he threw strikes. That's all it comes down to, just throwing strikes and competing, and a lot of these kids are out here for a reason. They're trying to get work in and be able to, get better for their next school, or maybe a potential pro possibility, in their future. So, just biggest thing, my message to the pitchers is find a way to compete and throw strikes.
You mentioned the defense. I was very impressed with the defense last night, especially the left side of the infield with Winters at short and Diome over at third. I know those are 2 of the younger players, but I noticed today they're both in the lineup, both in different spots, and we talked about Ryan Stevens. He likes to put people in different spots, and I see that you've done a little lineup shuffling today as well.
Yeah, kind of coming into the year, I wanted to have some guys that could kind of play everywhere, and I kind of just spoke with them already, just one-on-ones, and talked to their schools, and they said they kind of wanted to play multiple positions, and this is a good time to do it, right? It's a good time to try it out in a game, right? Diome and Winters, right? Those are the younger kids, right? But I mean, they're very mature. They look the part, they play the part, so.
Well, speaking of the younger guys, let's finish up with the older guys. The other day at FanFest, the alumni game, they trotted out some old Potters, and you were an old Potter, and now you're coaching the new Potters, so that's a little bit different for you. How great was it for you to see the guys, and give me a couple of names that especially stood out?
Oh, yeah, it was so fun to watch. Coming into this, all of my buddies that were on the Potter Legends team, they were giving me crap. Like, I'm going to give you your first loss as a Potters manager.
Oh, they were going for the L's, huh?
Oh, yeah, they were going right at me, and I just, the competitive nature in me and in them, right, it's like we're not going to freaking lose, So it was a fun game, but it was so nice to see all of my buddies. Lorenzo DeBrett, yeah. He's actually living in St. Louis right now, so, he flew all the way out here. It was so nice to see him. He was my roommate in college. Seeing Logan Worm hit a home run.
Logan Worm, the Worm.
Oh, I know. Yeah. What a name, right? Seeing him hit a home run, it kind of brought us back to the glory days.
In his mind, his glory days, yeah.
And then, a name that's in a face that's always good to see and hear is Larry Fonseca.
Oh, I love Larry. Larry Potter, we called him back in the day, the magician at shortstop. One more name I want you to talk about if I can, because your dad was telling me the story of the starting pitcher, gets on a plane and comes out from Texas just to pitch. What is going on there?
Oh, yeah, Easton Turnage. My dad actually kind of did a lot of the recruiting for those guys because he still got all of their numbers.
Oh, well, yeah, I can imagine that.
The mayor of Lincoln, right?
The mayor, the unofficial mayor, yeah.
So Easton, actually, he flew out because he's ramping up to try out for an independent team because he's still playing. And my dad connected with him, and he said, hey, I got 80 pitches. And my dad said, let's go, because we don't have many arms.
Bringing him out from Texas for 80 pitches.
Yeah.
That's the Potter way. That's a Potter-up situation. Eli, thanks so much for stopping by. We'll do this every Sunday. It's going to be a lot of fun. Best wishes. Congratulations on your first win. Best wishes going forward on the not only the Eli Garcia show, but for the Lincoln Potters as well.
Yeah, thank you, and I'm looking forward to it every Sunday.
Every Sunday it is. That's Eli Garcia's show. We'll be back with some baseball after this on the Stones Broadcast Networks.
Astro Air Design Incorporated, where you feel the difference. We are a locally owned and operated heating, air conditioning, and custom sheet metal company committed to the highest quality of craftsmanship at a competitive price. Our trained and certified technicians have the knowledge and experience required to install, maintain, or repair your home comfort solutions. Our upfront pricing gives you the peace of mind because you know your price is locked in. Call Astro Air Design Incorporated today.
Good afternoon, everybody. Good afternoon, everybody, and welcome to baseball. That's right, it's Sunday. We are just getting the kinks out. It is Lincoln Potters baseball from McBean Stadium in Lincoln, California. I am Mark the Phantom Lowe, and I am bringing you this one, the second game of a three-game series between the Lincoln Potters, the hometown Lincoln Potters, and the visiting Nevada Knicks. The Potters broke open a very tight game yesterday with 5 runs in the bottom of the 8th inning to grab a 10-3 win. Jake Morrell was our player of the game, the starting pitcher who went 5 innings. Gave up 1 earned run and struck out 6 and retired 14 of the last 15 batters that he faced. And on the mound today, Will Urey, the right-hander out of Macefield, Texas. He will attempt to give the Potters their second win in a row and the second win for Eli Garcia. Hopefully you caught the Eli Garcia show as part of our pregame. On a Sunday, we'll have Eli up here every Sunday. He seemed amenable to it. He seemed actually pleased by the way it turned out, so he'll be back up here every Sunday during the season for the Eli Garcia show. Also, Stones McCoy is part of the show on Sunday. The Stones in the Park on Sundays feature, and he's out there now trying to talk to people and convincing them to talk to him so they can get some good segments for you. And we will see if we end up with any of those today. But let's turn our attention to the field as Urey finishes his warm-up tosses. He will be facing the Nevada Knicks, who only had 5 hits yesterday, and they'll be putting up a starting lineup of Caleb Ford, the shortstop. Benny Nazario had a hit in yesterday's game, 1-for-4. Matt Anderson came on late and went 0-for-2. Cody Guy also came in late. John Holtz, the DH, did not play yesterday. Corrales in center field also not playing. Trenton Ford came on late, and Gilbert Roth was the catcher and went 0-for-3 in that game yesterday. Pitcher for the Knicks in this one, Sebastian Elsner out of the College of Marin, and his opposite number is Will Urey, as we said, coming out of Macefield, Texas, and Dallas Baptist University. His parents are here all the way from Texas, and we rewarded them as only Potters can. We put him in the best seat of the house on the couch right below the press box, and so they'll be watching the game from the couch, the best seat in the house. On this Sunday, watching son Will on the mound, and he is ready to take on the first hitter, who is Caleb Ford, the shortstop, who comes to us from Cal State Monterey Bay. 0-for-3 yesterday for Ford. He takes the first pitch high, and we're underway here on a Sunday afternoon. Also, afternoon game tomorrow at 1:05 start. That one is in there for a strike, and we are truly underway. Riley, the engineer, of course, is with me. Stones McCoy is roaming the park. Willie Preston, the PA man, the best in the business, the GOAT, is in his particular spot. He's also already enjoying a lunch of some Portuguese extraction. There's a grounder over to third base. Elvis playing third base today. Cal Elvis, that is. In case I misunderstood, he guns it to first for the first up. Benny Nazario comes to the plate. Let's take a look, Riley, at that defensive alignment for your Potters. If you heard Eli Garcia today, you know he likes to shuffle the lineups. And Cal Elvis at third. Aiden Dion moves from third to short. Jake Lavin moves into the infield at second base. Ty McGraw back at first. Kenny Winters goes from shortstop to left. Brian Williams is in center, and Tyler Russell is in right. Ryan Villanueva is our catcher. And Will Urey, who just delivered a fastball down the middle for a strike at 89 miles an hour, is our pitcher. Nazario 1-for-4 yesterday, had a double. takes strike 2. He was the only guy to reach base against Jake Morrell after Jake settled down. He gave up 2 hits to a hit to the second and third batter in the first inning, and then Nazario was the only other batter on the Knicks to get a hit off him. There's a fastball, and there's strike 3. Gary makes very quick work of Nazario, and he is the second out here in the top of the first, and that will bring up Matt Anderson. The first baseman out of Santa Rosa Junior College came on halfway through the game last night, was 0 for 2 in his 2 appearances. We're in number 24. Padres wearing their powder blue uniforms today with the orange. Knicks are in the gray again. There's a breaking ball that stays high and inside on Anderson. 1 ball and no strikes. Cody Guy would be next if Matt Anderson can get something started. Fans still kind of settling into their seats as Yuri's fastball misses outside. Checking out the vendors down the left field line. Most of the vendors down the left field line now here at McBean Stadium. Just the brick and barrel backyard down the first base line. Swing and a miss on that fastball. So if you're coming in, if you're looking for brick and barrel, you just go to where it's always been. The configuration is a little different. We will talk with Stones about that at some point. The feeling or the thoughts behind that. There's a chopper foul right back off Anderson, so it's 2-2. Fat Cat among the other vendors down that left field line. They took the kids' bounce house and moved it all the way out to the left field area. Foul territory, of course. And they put some vendors in there. Mexican food, hot dogs, sausages, all kinds of stuff. 2-2 pitch, swung on and missed. A really impressive first inning for Will Yuri. 1-2-3. We go to the bottom of the first. Knicks nothing. Potters coming to bat.
If you're in need of a seasoned DUI attorney, contact the law office of Samuel D. Burns Incorporated. We are familiar with the laws surrounding your case, and we will work diligently to minimize the negative impact following a DUI charge. With a proven track record, Sam Burns works on your behalf to provide a positive outcome. He's been able to save his clients' driver's licenses and negotiate more favorable terms. Visit our website.
So many local businesses trust Wizix Technology Group when it comes to their office technology. Wizix is a full-service, locally owned company with exceptional service, supplies, and support, which guarantees quick delivery and response times. Copiers, printers, scanners, business phone systems, EV charging, document management, and more. Join the ever-growing list of local businesses and win with Wizix, the largest independent provider in the Valley. Wizix, office technology made easy.
Lincoln provides all the charm of a small town, yet still provides access to excellent local medical care. At Lincoln Urgent Care, you can find expert services and a compassionate staff available 7 days a week. A friendly front desk staff will welcome you when you come into our brand new facility. Your wait time will be minimal at our walk-in clinic, unlike the emergency room. From broken bones and lacerations to allergies, flu shots, and illnesses, we treat a variety of urgent medical conditions. What sets us apart is not just our central location in Lincoln, but the convenience of our extended hours, including weekends. We've become Lincoln's first choice for urgent care because we treat patients of all ages for a variety of conditions and take most insurances. We're proud to be an approved provider for veterans and welcome in our military patients.
From our family to yours, we're here when you need us.
Back to McBean Stadium for the bottom of inning number 1. Sebastian Elsner, the left-hander from College of Marin, on the mound for the Novato Knicks. He will face a batting order of Lincoln Potters that looks something like this. Brian Williams leading off today in center field. Lavin, who had 2 hits yesterday. Aiden Diome, the youngster headed for Arizona, batting third. Ty McGraw, Tristan Russell, Ryan Villanueva making his debut today. Kenny Winters moved to the outfield. Tyler Russell is in right. Cal Elvis is at third base, and he is batting ninth as he did yesterday. And here is Elsner and Brian Williams. Williams 1 for 3 yesterday, and he takes a strike. Hit the ball hard first couple of times, and first one he was robbed by Adrian Ruiz in center field of extra base hits, and next time he just lined out to right field, got a couple of walks, and then stroked a base hit. Fouls that one off, so it's quickly 0-2 with the left-hander Sebastian Elsner. from College of Marin. Riley, the engineer, is here. Also, intern-wise, we've got the intern coordinator, Carson, of course. One of his charges is Lucas, who was impressive in his debut, I thought, yesterday. Lucas was rather impressive. Swing and a miss, off-speed pitch, and Williams is down on strikes for the first out in the inning. We'll bring up Jake Lavin. And Riley, let's take a look defensively at the Novato Knicks. Cody Guy in left, Jeff Corrales is in center, Drake Poitras is in right, Nazario back at third, Caleb Ford at short. Trenton Ford is at second, Matt Anderson first base, Gilbert Roth behind the plate, and the left-hander Sebastian Elsner on the mound against the left-hander Jake Lavin. Jake was 2 for 4 yesterday. Drove in 4 runs. The big hit was a 3-run double in that 5-run bottom of the 8th inning that gave the Potters a little bit of breathing room, although Evan Williams came in and just mowed down the Knicks in the 9th. So maybe they didn't need the breathing room, but it's always nice to have. Lavin takes high for a ball, 2-0 on Jake. Comes to us from Laguna Beach, California, in UC Berkeley. Swings and misses at that one, and again, his typographical error, well, not his error, the error on our roster that shows him as 29 years old, just really makes me laugh every time I think about it. Riley not sharing my mirth as he just stares at me. Lavin swings and misses, it's 2-2. Sorry, Riley, they can't all be gems. I'm sorry, man. Aiden Diome, the shortstop, on deck. Elsner with the strikeout of Williams, and he is 2-2 on Jake Lavin. It's sharply into the hole, into left field, a base hit. Perfect job of poking the ball right where it was pitched for Lavin. He has his 3rd hit as a Potter. They bring up the shortstop, Aiden Diome. Youngster out of Roseville, California, going to the University of Arizona. Aiden was 2 for 5 yesterday, scored a couple runs and drove one in. Lavin with the lead over at first base. And that's fouled off. Elsner looked like he was in a stare-out contest with the runner at first base and eventually delivers to the plate. 0-1 now. Ty McGraw is our cleanup hitter, the first baseman on deck. 1 out, 1 on here in the bottom of inning number 1. Just getting started from McBean Stadium. In the dirt, nice block by Roth behind the plate. One and one. Going to go over to first base, and he almost has him, but he doesn't. He's in under the tag. Thought he might have had him over there at first base, but luckily Lavin gets back in under the tag. Hit sharply out towards second, handled by Ford, over to short for 1 to first base. Double play, nicely turned by the Knicks to end the bottom of inning number 1. We'll go to the second inning, still scoreless out here in McBean. Top of inning number 2, it'll be Cody Guy leading it off. Takes the fastball from Uri, who is very impressive in the first inning with 2 strikeouts, and he's got a strike on Cody Guy. 0 for 1 yesterday for Cody out of Cal State Monterey Bay. Hits that ball sharply out to right field, moving over is Russell. He circles it and makes the catch for the out. So Guy with good contact, but it's out to Tyler Russell in right field. The first out of the top of the second inning is Cody Guy. John Holtz is the DH. He is the next hitter for the Novato Knicks, who turned in nifty double play in the bottom of the first with Ford to Anderson. Nice play, Mr. Anderson. So here's Holtz, who didn't play in yesterday's game. He is currently in the transfer portal. Off-speed pitch. Looked pretty good. Did not get the call. 1 ball and no strikes. Fastball for Uri. It's been up about 89 so far, early going here. And that fastball is fouled back to the screen. Will from Dallas Baptist University, just completing his freshman year in there. And as we said, his parents come out to see him play all the way from Texas, and we reward him with the best seat in the house, because that's how we roll out here. It's just a couch right below the press box, but fastball, beautiful pitch right there. That's right at 89 again from Will Uri. He is ahead in this count, 1 ball and 2 strikes with Drake Portress, the right fielder, on deck. Line drive, going up over the glove of the second baseman, lobbing into right field. Off-speed pitch and a good job of hitting by John Holtz. He put it just over Jake's glove at second base, almost with the Webb gem. First hit recorded for the Knicks is a John Holtz single with 1 out here in the top of the second. And Drake Poitras will be the hitter out of College of Marin. Came on as a pinch runner in yesterday's game, did not get an at bat. So he's up here with 1 on and 1 out. Very short lead at first base. Fastball is a little bit too high. 1 ball and no strikes. Willie Preston sporting the very unusual long pants look for him. He's usually the shorts guy. It's a little windy, but come on. Here's a strike, 1-1. Now it's Stones McCoy. No, Stones McCoy has the shorts on. Okay. Riley and I are long pants people. We're not shorts people. Come on. The song is Short People, but it could be Shorts People by Randy Newman. That's about Rhea and Riley. We don't wear shorts. Although I did get some snazzy new shorts, so maybe I will have to wear them. Like next weekend's supposed to be a little warmer. When I say a little warmer, I say surface of the sun hot. 1 ball and 2 strikes on Poitras with Jet Corrales to follow. So basically we're split between me and Riley and Stones and Willie. Good block by Villanueva on an off-speed pitch. Evens the count at 2-2. So that's why it's unusual to see Willie in the long pants. So all I'm saying, Stones. What? Yeah, Willie and you. Oh, now wait a minute. Now you're talking about a little bit different story. 2-2 pitches, lifted, foul down the right field line, out of play. You think you're better than me? You think you could take me? Me and Riley, we don't look like much to the naked eye. But you and Willie, I don't know. You guys are a little too set in your ways. A little too sure of yourself. I think we'll surprise you. This guy strikes like a cobra, this Riley. Plus, I got Lucas over there will help us out. If he knows what's good for his ranking, that is. Off-speed pitch is fouled back to the screen, so it stays 2-2 on Poitras. John Holtz at first base with the 1-out single here in the top of inning number 2. Potter's playing in the outfield, medium deep and straight away. And call strike 3 outside corner. Poitras was going to go for it, decided he wouldn't, and the umpire said you probably should have, as that is the 2nd out of the inning here in the 2nd inning, and Jet Corrales will be our hitter. Out of Mendocino College. And that is Jet Corrales, not Jeff. I thought it was Jeff. Riley corrected me. It is Jet. Hits a sharp grounder out toward shortstop. Waiting for it and flipping it to second is Aiden Diome for the force on Holtz. That's the end of the top of the second. We go to the bottom of the second. Potter's nothing, Knicks nothing.
American River College is a top-tier community college sports program that provides student athletes with the opportunity to thrive both athletically and academically. ARC Athletics is currently ranked 5th in the state and 2nd in Northern California. With over 19 sports programs, our athletes compete with the region's best athletes. Our diverse, dedicated coaching staff helps athletes develop the skills necessary to compete at the next level. Start your community college athletics journey with us. American River College, Sacramento's best athletic program. Go Beavers.
Being a laborer means everything. It was what took care of me when I was growing up. It's what takes care of me now. Because of President Biden and the money he's put into infrastructure, the need for our workforce to expand is out of this world. When our members are able to go to work on these big projects that are funded by economic investment, it means continued growth in their wages and their pensions and their health benefits. It means they're going to be able to take care of their families.
Coming back in for the bottom of the second inning. I just saw, Stones McCoy, I call on you because you're an expert at this. I just saw one of the best Piper second inning races I've ever seen. It was like a 3-person photo finish at the end.
Oh, it was. And I think we actually need to get Clifton involved to use the technical photo finish for the horse races.
Yes.
For that race.
That was incredible.
That was tremendous.
Now, Piper, the real reason I want to talk to you.
Yeah.
Piper has a kind of a new fit, as the kids
new
say.
fit, yeah.
A little bit too bright for me. It's shockingly loud, as we say.
So let's remember that the original fit that Piper was wearing had been, let's say it didn't see the light of day for 30, 40 years when he came out. So we had to upgrade him.
Yeah.
And now he just needs a little summer seasoning, if you will, to mute that color just a little bit.
I would say mute that color more than a little bit. He's been embarrassing the first 2 races. Yesterday he lost interest around second base.
Yeah.
Today he pulled pulled his beak or something coming around third.
He definitely pulled a wing today. And what he's going to do is complain about a thigh tomorrow. So there you go.
A 3-person photo finish. Thank you, Stones. And a very exciting race here in the second inning. Let's go up with Ty McGraw, Tristan Russell, and Ryan Villanueva against Sebastian Elsner, who got a strikeout and a double play in that bottom of the first inning. The left-hander delivers. McGraw takes inside. 1 ball and no strikes on Ty out of Gardendale, Alabama, and Troy University was 2 for 4 in yesterday's game. Scored a couple runs, drove in 1. Swings and misses, big cut at that one. It's 1-1 for McGraw. It just every time I see Piper, that just the vivid colors really get me. And one of the young ladies who was in the race, I forgot, I think her name's Adeline Willie said, did a great job on the national anthem today. She couldn't have been more than 7 years old. Although my ability to gauge the ages of young people has really fallen off over the years. But did a fantastic job, so well done, Adeline. 1-2 on Ty McGraw, opening up the bottom of the second inning here from McBean Stadium in lovely Lincoln, California. Lifts that one down the left field line over toward the grassy knoll, which is obviously in foul territory, so it's going to stay at 1-2. Brick and barrel backyard down the first base line. Enjoying a nice line down there. People on a Sunday afternoon out to the ballpark. Have a little brew. 2-2 on Ty McGraw. Then you just double back down the third base line. You got Mexican food. You've got Fat Cat. with some dogs and brats and stuff. McGraw fouls that one back to the screen. So you got choices. You also have the Lincoln Potters' own food stand, which is underrated. I hear the hot dogs there are pretty good. So, I mean, there's a lot of choices when you come out to the ballpark, and we hope that you do come out to the ballpark. McGraw slices that down the left field line again. That one is headed toward the bounce house. And it'll take a bounce harmlessly away from the bounce house. And then a bunch of kids are going to run after the foul ball. That's the way it works. That's Sunday. Climbing fences. You can just go around that fence. You don't need to climb it, young man. Well, no, I think he kind of wants to climb the fence. McGraw hits it sharply down the first base line. A base hit. That'll go all the way to the corner. Rounding first, running after it is Poitras. He'll retrieve it in the corner, but McGraw's going to have an easy stand-up double to open up the bottom of inning number 2. Just hit a bullet past the diving glove of Matt Anderson down the first base line. McGraw has his 3rd hit of the season, and Tristan Russell will be the hitter. Tristan was 1 for 5 in yesterday's game, scored a couple of runs. He was the leadoff man, batting in the number 5 spot in this one. He's got McGraw at second base with the 2nd hit for the Lincoln Potters off Sebastian Elsner. McGraw staying in, left-hander against left-hander, and got a real good pass at that one and hit it down that right field line. Russell swings, fouls it into the catcher's gloves, 0-1. Gilbert Roth behind the plate for Novato. Ryan Cooney, the main man for the Knicks. Got a chance to talk with him a little bit yesterday. We see him in preseason every single season. Popped up right side. Going to be called by Trenton Ford, the second baseman. In short right field, he'll make the catch for the first out in the inning. And that will bring up the catcher, Ryan Villanueva, making his debut today out of Brea, California, and Fullerton College. Right-handed hitter, stepping in against the left-hander, Sebastian Elsner. Kenneth Winters of Lincoln, California, on deck. But right now it's Villanueva, 1 out, 1 on. Takes a cut, swings and misses that one. That would look like a foul ball, but no contact made. Pops out of the catcher's glove, and going to third will be McGraw. So he's 90 feet away. First run of the game right there. 0-1 on Ryan Villanueva. 5'10", 200 pounds out of Brea, California. Sharp grounder into the hole, going to score the run. The throw it from shortstop Caleb Ford a little bit too high, but Anderson pulls it down, but it's an RBI ground out for Villanueva. And the Potters have the first run of the game. Miss crossing the plate was Ty McGraw. Strong arm by Ford, almost too strong, and a shorter first baseman might not have been able to handle that one, but Matt Anderson, a big guy over there out of Santa Rosa Junior College, makes the play, and here's Kenneth Winters. Takes outside. He was 1 for 3 yesterday, scored a run. He is out of Lincoln, California, which is pretty close to here. And California Baptist University, CBU. 2-0. Or make that, yeah, 2-0. Do I go with Riley or do I go with the scoreboard? I never know who works the scoreboard, so that's down low. So 3-0. The umpire agreeing with Riley and me. Oh, he did. Oh, he disagreed. Sorry about that, Riley. I won't call you out at all. Don't worry about it. I won't mention it. Fouled out of play. 2 balls and 2 strikes, contrary to what Riley told me. But I won't say a thing about it. Don't worry. Oh, and the umpire going to talk to the other umpire. It might be about you, Riley. I don't know. Umpire to umpire conversation. 2 outs here. A 1-run in the bottom of the second inning. Potters lead it 1-0. Ryan Villanueva with the RBI ground out. Umpires have finished their conversation. They are back with Mr. Kenneth Winters. Outside ball 3. See, there's the Mondo snow cone, Riley. You love seeing the Mondo snow cones come out. Those things are huge. Full count coming up to Kenneth Winters. Fouls that back to the screen. Almost got Matt Lundgren, but there was a net there. So Matt, the one of the bigwigs around here, along with Stones McCoy, of course, sits down in one of the fancy seats behind home plate to check out the 3-2 pitch to Winters. He chopped it out towards shortstop. Ford on a big hop across the diamond for the out at first. So the Potters score the first run of the game in the second. We'll go to the third. They lead it 1-0.
When it comes to your home's maintenance and repairs, Jeffers Resource Group has you covered. Our handyman services offer a comprehensive range of expertise, from minor carpentry to drywall, electrical and flooring for property managers, landlords, and renters alike. We ensure that every job is completed to the highest standards, so you can have peace of mind. Contact us today to discover how Jeffers Resource Group can help keep your home in top shape.
Top of inning number 3. Potters ahead 1-0. Will Urey back out of the mound. It'll be Trenton Ford, Gilbert Roth, and Caleb Ford. 8-9-1. One hit so far for the Knicks. Oh, the dueling dog batter is Trenton Ford. So if he strikes out, and there's a call strike. No, that wasn't. Come on, that was a strike. Just trying to get the dueling dogs for everybody, so they can go down to the brick and barrel down the first base line, and he lines it into left field. He got mad. But Winters is right there to make the catch. Trenton Ford hit a little bit too hard. And Winters covers the ground and gets the out, one out here, and then Gilbert Roth will be the hitter. And I'm told by my people up here that their umpires were talking about the fact that they had the count wrong and that Riley was right all along. And so I should apologize to Riley, but no, I was right all along. Riley just backed me up, so I should apologize to myself. Chopper down the third base line is foul. But the problem is when they talked about it, if they both agreed the count was wrong, they didn't change it. So maybe we were all wrong, Riley. I don't know. Roth 0 for 3 in yesterday's game. The catcher out of College of Marin, batting in the number 9 spot, takes a strike. 0-2. 3 strikeouts through 2 and a third innings for Will Urey out of Matesville, Texas, Dallas Baptist University. That one in the dirt, blocked by Villanueva. Late arriving crowd, but a good crowd out here on a Sunday afternoon. You know, you have to be careful about the crowd because there's always a lot of people at the Brick and Barrel backyard and checking out the vendors down the third base line as well. Fastball misses. 2-2. Line drive up the middle, into base, into center field for a base hit. Roth, solid contact for the single. That's 2 solid contacts in this inning off Urey. 1 out, 1 on, and here's Caleb Ford, who grounded to third his first time up. The shortstop 0 for 1, 0 for 4 in the 2 games so far, coming to us from Cal State Monterey Bay. Throw over to first base. The runner is back. Chopper back up the middle, handled at shortstop by Diom. He'll flip it to second for one. No time to go to first base. And wisely, Jake Lavin holds on to the ball. It's a fielder's choice. Roth is retired. Caleb Ford takes his place at first base, and with 2 outs, it'll be Benny Nazario, who struck out his first time up. So Nazario, right-handed hitter. Fastball just misses outside. That one's fouled at the plate. 1-1 now. Just doing a little research. Cal State Monterey Bay. What do you think their mascot is, Riley? Cal State Monterey Bay. Think about where they are located in California. Stingrays. Interesting. No, but I like where you're thinking. I'll give you one more chance. You got seafaring creatures. You're right on that. There's a strike. You're right on the seafaring creatures. Think a little less deadly if Steve Irwin steps on it. That's good. Seals is good. They are the otters, and I like it a lot. 1-2. Lifted into right field. That is going to be trouble. It drops fair. Great job getting it in by Ty Russell in right field, but it's a single down the line for Nazario. It'll move the runner Caleb Ford over to third base. Second hit of the inning. Just a check swing blooper down the right field line. Worked pretty well for Nazario. His second hit of the series, and to bring up Matt Anderson with runners at first and third. Tyler Russell on that one quickly to keep Ford from having any thoughts of trying to score all the way from first base. But here's Matt Anderson. It's a sharp grinder into the hole, into left field, a base hit. So the Knicks come back and tie the game with the Matt Anderson RBI single. Moving to second, Nazario. Third hit of the inning, first run for Novato. They've tied it at 1 and brings up Cody Guy. Flied out to right field his first time up. 0 for 1 yesterday, 0 for 1 today for Cody Guy from Cal State Monterey Bay, which means he's an otter. I knew that would come in handy. Although Stingrays is good. I think there are some Stingrays somewhere, Riley, to back up your argument. Off-speed pitches inside for a ball. 1-0 on Guy. John Holtz will follow if Cody Guy can keep it going here. As we watch intern Brandon down there taking photos. Kind of doing the Jordan Georgeson role from years gone by. Fastball misses outside. So 2 close pitches miss each corner, respectively. 2-0 on Cody Guy. Anderson at first with the RBI single. Benny Nazario over at second. Chopper off the foot of Cody Guy, so it's 2-1 on the left fielder. Winters, Williams, and Russell in the outfield for the Potters. Elvis, Diom, Lavin, and McGraw infield. Behind the plate, Ryan Villanueva. That went low and outside. Villanueva with a nifty pickup. 3 balls and 1 strike. And Will Urey on the mound, 6'2", 190 out of Macefield, Texas. And Dallas Baptist University, DBU. Free 1 pitch is in there for a strike. Good heat on that one for Will Urey. Full count, runners will be moving here with 2 outs. Popped up foul down the right field line. That'll get out of play over by the Brick and Barrel backyard. So we'll do it again at 3 balls and 2 strikes to Cody Guy. Came on in the 7th inning of yesterday's game. Was 0 for 1. That's fouled off again, so he spoils a couple here from Will Urey. Two teams meeting again tomorrow, 1:05 first pitch right here from McBean Stadium. We'll be on the air at, 12:35, whenever Riley decides to turn the switch on. That's the way that works. Sharply out to second base. Handled out there by 11. Over to first for the out. So a run on 3 hits. They leave a couple. We go to the bottom of inning number 3. Knicks 1, Potters 1.
Gooseport Public House. We have sports on 10 big screen TVs, 23 beer taps with classics and crafts, a full bar with creative craft mixed drinks, live music, and most importantly, great fresh food. In downtown Roseville off Vernon Street. Only 15 minutes from the ballpark. See ya at Gooseport.
President of Alaska County Association of Realtors, a store, our conference facilities, an amazing team helps to keep together an amazing organization. And we thank them all.
This organization can't do what it does and can't run the way it runs without the help of so many members volunteering their time.
The success of the Placer County Association of Realtors is largely dependent on our active volunteer members to help our organization and industry. The work of our committees greatly impacts our ability to champion efforts across the board and giving back to the Placer County community wherever we can.
Like all service organizations, I wanted to serve. And getting involved with the affiliate committee was the perfect way to do that.
I love being able to serve my community with my business friends and other leaders and give back to those who are in need.
The thing I love about the PCAR committees is they all work toward the same goal of bringing the community together to support those in need in our surroundings.
Bottom of inning number 3 from McBean Stadium. Our first hitter is Ty Russell. He's followed by Cal Elvis. Then the top of the order, Brian Williams Jr. against Sebastian Elsner. 1-1 score here from McBean Stadium. Russell out in right field for the Potters in this one. Watches that one go outside, so it evens it up at 1-1. 1 run on 2 hits for the Potters so far. Elsner with a single strikeout, has not walked anybody. Knicks pulled off a nifty double play to end the first inning, 4-6-3. Line drive right at the second baseman, short hopped it by Trenton Ford. He'll go to first for the out. Solid play by Ford at second base for the first out here in the third, and it'll bring up the number 9 hitter, Cal Elvis. Out of Vacaville, California. Elvis was 2 for 4 yesterday with an RBI double. He scored a run. So very productive out of the number 9 hole for the Potters' third baseman. Played second yesterday, playing third today. He takes that one a little bit too high, so it's 1-0 on Cal. Elsner from the College of Marin. And he delivers ball 2. 2 balls and no strikes on Cal Elvis. He takes inside ball 3. Potters scored their run in the bottom of the second inning on a Ryan Villanueva RBI ground out. Knicks came back and tied it on a Matt Anderson RBI single. And we stand tied at 1 here in the bottom of inning number 3. Very pleasant Sunday afternoon. That's popped up. Calling for it is the catcher, Roth. Now he gives way to the third baseman, and Nazario will make the play. I think Benny had it all along. And Roth just thought he was going to get it, but he was called off. Elvis is retired, so 2 quick outs here in the bottom of inning number 3 for the Potters, and Brian Williams Jr. will be the hitter. Center fielder coming to us from Midwest City, Oklahoma, and Dallas Baptist University. Struck out in the first inning, so he's 0 for 1. He was 1 for 3 yesterday. It's a little blooper into center field, coming on and making the catch about knee high was Corrales in center. So a quick 1, 2, 3 for the Potters. In the third, we go to the fourth. We're all tied at 1.
For you every step of the way.
I know they have a lot of bells and whistles within their bank, but just the relationship piece here locally on the business side is huge for us.
5-Star treats us like we're number one. They're right there with suggestions, with help. So I have to bank with people that have our mission in mind.
We're 5-Star Bank. How can we help you?
Welcome back. Top of the fourth inning. Mark the Phantom Low along with Riley the Engineer, Stones McCoy, Willie Preston, intern coordinator Carson, intern Lucas, intern Brandon, who's sitting at the computer doing something, and I really don't want to know what it is. John Holtz will start us off, top of the fourth inning of a tie game. He's followed by Drake Portress and Jet Corrales. Will Yuri still out on the mound for the Potters? He delivers a strike on the inside corner, 0-1 to Holtz, who singled his first time up. So John is 1 for 1, currently in the transfer portal. And somehow aren't we all? That one is fouled back to the screen. So it's quickly 0-2 on the DH for the Nevada Knicks. Both teams playing their second game of the summer. Last night it went to the Potters by a score of 10-3, a game that was close until the bottom of the eighth when the Potters put 5 up on the board. Yuri's fastball sails high. 1-2 on John Holtz. Potters with some activity in the bullpen. That one's lifted down the right field line, right toward the bullpen. And it is out of play, so Holtz will have another chance. Will Yuri out of Macefield, Texas. Dallas Baptist University, got the parents here. Came all the way out. And watch him strike out the opening hitter in the top of the fourth, John Holtz. That is 4 strikeouts for Will. And Drake Poitras will be the hitter. He took a call, third strike, his first time up back in inning number 2. So we rewarded Will's parents with the best seats in the house, right below the press box here at McBean Stadium. And a very comfy couch. Thank you, R.C. Willie. 0-1 to Drake, who comes to us also from the College of Marin. Sort of a breezy day here. Doesn't seem to be really strong at the moment. Gusting a little bit. Swings and misses again. Another off speed. That one at around 81. So took just enough off that to throw Poitras off the track, and it's 0-2. Comes with a fastball, a check swing, fouls it off down the first base line, so he's still alive at 0-2. Still got the kids or carnival or whatever it is out in left field, beyond left field in the parking lot here at McBean Park. A little carousel action over there. Never understood the appeal of the carousel, but that's me. Outside for a ball, 1-2. Stones is grabbing the pen, which means he's going to explain the carousel to me. The fascination that we have with the carousel. 1-2 pitch misses outside with the fastball at 88 for Will Urey. Jack Corrales on deck. Actually, Stones wrote down something that was important for once. Right down the middle, call strike 3. Two outs, nobody on. Jack Corrales hit into a fielder's choice. His first time up, takes outside and low for a ball. 5th strikeout right there for Will Urey. No activity so far for the Knicks. We haven't seen anybody up and throwing for the Potters. Swing and a miss by Jack Corrales. Coming to us from Mendocino College. Out in center field today. Fouls that one at the plate. One ball, 2 strikes, 2 outs here. Top of inning number 4. A great day for baseball out at McBean Stadium. Reaches out and pokes it to second. It's going to be a tough play for Lavin. He's going to have to hurry, and he's not going to get him. Infield single for Corrales. He just hit it the perfect speed in the perfect location. There's not much Jake Lavin could do. 5th hit for the Knicks, and Corrales is at first with 2 outs. And Trenton Ford, who lined out to left field his first time up. He is the Dueling Dogs batter. If he strikes out, Dueling Dogs beverages are 50% off for the rest of the inning. Last time he hit the ball very hard to left field. Let's see if Will Urey can deliver that strikeout. Is a lead at first by Corrales. That one is over the head of the batter, so that's not going to work out for anybody. Wild pitch allows Corrales to go to second base. Ford was a late addition last night. Came on, got an at-bat, and got an 0-2 count, and then he got hit in the back by a breaking ball. So he is 0 for 1 so far on this season. The fastball misses outside, 2-0. The Dueling Dogs are back, but unfortunately Ford ahead in the count, 2-0. Outfield straightaway and medium deep for Trenton. Pops it up, and that is in the field of play. Villanueva calling for it and can't get it, and we're going to have it. Villanueva can't make the play, and we got a run scoring. Nobody knew where the ball was. Villanueva looked like he called for it. Coming down from first was McGraw, and at the last moment, nobody got it. The runner coming around third was Corrales, and he had to go through Villanueva, who was trying to grab the ball on a bounce, and he scored the run to put the Knicks ahead, and somehow that is an RBI for Ford. So a very unlikely couple of hits put together to score a run for the Knicks. They take the lead 2-1, and here's Gilbert Roth, who singled his first time up. Ford ends up at second after the play at the plate. So he is in scoring position as well as Lavin tries to keep him close at second base. Sharp grounder down the third base line. That's a fair ball. Coming around third is Ford. He'll score easily. Roth coming into second. The throw goes to third. He's got an RBI double. The Knicks have a 2-run, 2-out rally. They lead at 3-1 here in the top of inning number 4. Perfectly placed ground ball down the line by Roth. His second hit of the day, a single and a double for the number 9 hitter. He grabs an RBI as well. And here's Caleb Ford as we're going to have a meeting at the mound for the Potters. The first 2 outs, call third strikes in this inning for Will Urey, and then a little dribbler by Gorales that got the infield single. Wild pitch moved him to second, then a pop-up that wasn't handled by the Potters infield results in Gorales scoring all the way from second, and now a sharp double down the line by Roth. It's a 3-1 score. 7 hits now for the Knicks. And Caleb Ford will be the hitter. He's grounded to third and grounded to second. Actually grounded to third, grounded to short. Got a visit from the Potters, noted by the umpire, and here's Caleb Ford, the shortstop from Cal State Monterey Bay, the Otters. High inside fastball from Will Urey. One 1-0 on Ford. Benny Nazario on deck. That ball's coming out of the bullpen with regularity here down the right field line, so we have to clean that up. Fouled out of play down the right field line. Evens it up at 1-1 on Caleb Ford. Knicks on top here, top of inning number 4, 3-1. 2 unlikely runs here in the third inning, or fourth inning. They've got the runner going to third. The throw with a tag is applied. He is out at third base. Took off a little bit early, did Gilbert Roth, and he's thrown out at third base, 1-5. 2 runs for the Knicks here in the top of the fourth. We go to the bottom of the fourth. The Knicks lead at 3-1, and let's right now go out to the concourse and talk to our buddy Stones McCoy.
For 7? 5 years. 5 years. 5 years now, and
This job is Esplanade at Turkey Creek phases 4 and 5. Our scope of work for this project is full scope, so we've got all the underground, all the joint trench, and all the top side included with it.
We're putting in sewer pipe, manholes. We're not doing services yet. We go through and do all the main line, and then we come back and do all.
Bottom of inning number 4, Jake Lavin will lead us off. Aiden Dion will follow, then Ty McGraw in the batting order. 2, 3, and 4 for the Potters as they trail it now 3-1 as Sebastian Elsner comes out on the mound to start the fourth inning. He's given up 2 hits and 1 run so far and struck out 1. That one's lifted out to left center field. Coming on is Gorales. He's there in plenty of time to make the play, and Lavin is retired. on the first pitch here in the fourth inning, and Aiden Dion will be the hitter. And we'll have to talk to Stones McCoy, Riley, about he wants to include, I love having the pictures. I love trying to read the lips, but you got to include the audio in your reports. I know he's new at this. It's Stones in the Park on Sunday is a new thing that we're working on, okay? Sunday in the Park with Stones, we're calling it. But we got to call it. He's got to talk to us. You know what I mean? Ask ball. Inside corner. Nice pitch to Aiden Dion, who hit into a double play his first time up, 4-6-3, after getting a pair of hits in last night's game with the young man out of Roseville, California. Look out. He turns out. He might have swung at that one. He might have been hit. I don't know what happened to him. What do you think? He's trying to get out of the way, and he brought the bat forward. So we're going to call it ball one because I didn't hear anything to the contrary. They're going to ask the first base umpire. He says no, he did not swing. Novato seems to think he did swing, and we're going to come out and make that case that he came around trying to avoid the ball. He came around and swung, but we just asked the first base umpire, and he said no, so I don't know exactly what else we can do. There is no other umpire to ask. We can ask a random fan, which I think would be a fun designation. A random fan coming into the park is designated umpire for the day. If there's any squabbles, then they are consulted. Sure. The Knicks manager is getting quite heated about this, and I kind of don't blame him. It looked like that Aiden did go around inadvertently. 1 ball and 1 strike. Breaking ball is lined into right field for a base hit. Oh, that won't make the manager any happier for sure, as Dion waits on the breaking ball, lifts it over the head of Trenton Ford at second base. Third hit of the game off of Elsner and Ty McGraw, who doubled down the right field line. His first time up will be the hitter. Scored the Potters' run back in the second inning. 2 hits last night for Ty. 1 hit today out of Gardendale, Alabama. And Troy University. Takes inside. Elsner uses the slide step with the runner at first base. Tristan Russell will follow. Dion, a short lead at first against the left-hander Elsner. Elsner got to go over there anyway. After staring him down for what seemed like about a minute and a half, he goes over to first, and it looked like, again, he had Dion kind of leaning the wrong way, so whatever he did was pretty effective. The ball's hitting to right center. That's down for a base hit. Dion going around second. He will make it to third. Corrales picks it up and returns it to second. McGraw has his second hit of the game, and the Potters are in business with runners at first and third, and just 1 out here in the fourth, and Tristan Russell coming to the plate. Got that one a little close to the fist, it looked like. I thought it was hit harder than it was. It was kind of just stung out there into right center field. But McGraw will take it. He is 2 for 2. And here's Russell, who popped out to second base his first time up. Knicks came out with 2 in the fourth, and Stones McCoy always likes to say you want to go to that shutdown inning after you pick up a couple runs. The Potters trying to dash those hopes. Russell hits it high and well to left field. Going back is Cody Guy, still going back. That one is out of here. A 3-run home run for Tristan Russell. And the Potters are back on top 4-3, the first home run of the new season. So Russell delivers the big blow, gets the home run chain, at least that's what I'm hoping they're calling it. It's bestowed upon him. And he goes to celebrate with the teammates, and coming up to the plate is Ryan Villanueva. Distance on that one, 358 feet. Well struck by Mr. Tristan Russell. That one is down the middle to Villanueva, who grounded out to shortstop his first time up, picked up an RBI on the ground out, scoring Ty McGraw. 3 runs on 3 hits in the inning for the Potters. They answer right back against the Nevada Knicks with the first big fly of the season. 1-1, according to the umpire. And he's really emphatic about it as he shook both fingers. A line drive into left field. Will that stay up? No, it does not. It gets by the left fielder guy. He made the diving try, but falling down, coming around first is Villanueva, so he will somewhat limp into second base with the double. Well struck by Ryan. Guy with a fine tryout in left field couldn't make the play. It went by him. And Villanueva will end up at second base. That's 4 straight hit for the Potters after Lavin flied out to center field. A single by Diome, a single by McGraw, a home run by Russell, and now a double by Villanueva. And we're going to have a meeting at the mound for the Nevada Knicks. And a coach, I think, is probably still steaming over the fact that he thought Diome swung and missed it, that first one. 358 feet, as we said, for Tristan Russell on the home run. Kenneth Winters is the scheduled hitter for the Potters. Stones McCoy is back from his journey down the third base line with his somewhat muted report from Bill at Fat Cat. You don't get a chance to redeem yourself. Yes, I do. Oh, I like it. I like it. He's pulling the rank on me and going, yes, I do. Well, think about it. The Eli interview didn't go well the first time either, and the second time was a home run. So maybe you go down, you talk to Bill again, and kill it. That's a great idea. Kenneth Winters, the hitter, he is grounded to shortstop in his only appearance today out of Lincoln, California. And California Baptist University as opposed to Dallas Baptist University. Winters hits it sharply down the third. Big hop over there for Nazario. He'll go across the diamond for the out. Having to stay put is Ryan Villanueva. And with 2 outs, here is Ty Russell. Ty grounded to second his first time up. Out of Queen Creek, Arizona, Mr. Tyler Russell. So the 4 straight hit streak is snapped by the ground out from Winters. Swing and miss by Russell, 0-1. Tristan Russell, the first big fly of the season for the Potters, a 3-run blast. That put them back on top in a very eventful 4th inning for both sides. Russell swings and misses again, 0-2. Had a lot of warming up for the Potters down the first base line in their bullpen area, so might be seeing a new pitcher. Well, Gary went the first 4 innings and some really tough luck in that 4th inning. Russell swings and misses for the strikeout. Potters score 3 times on the Russell home run. We go to the 5th. They lead at 4-3.
If you're in need of a seasoned DUI attorney, contact the law office of Samuel D. Burns Incorporated. We are familiar with the laws surrounding your case, and we will work diligently to minimize the negative impact following a DUI charge. With a proven track record, Sam Burns works on your behalf to provide a positive outcome. He's been able to save his clients' driver's licenses and negotiate more favorable terms. Visit our website.
So many local businesses trust Wizix Technology Group when it comes to their office technology. Wizix is a full-service, locally owned company with exceptional service, supplies, and support, which guarantees quick delivery and response times. Copiers, printers, scanners, business phone systems, EV charging, document management, and more. Join the ever-growing list of local businesses and win with Wizix, the largest independent provider in the Valley. Wizix, office technology made easy.
Lincoln provides all the charm of a small town, yet still provides access to excellent local medical care. At Lincoln Urgent Care, you can find expert services and a compassionate staff available 7 days a week. A friendly front desk staff will welcome you when you come into our brand new facility. Your wait time will be minimal at our walk-in clinic, unlike the emergency room. From broken bones and lacerations to allergies, flu shots, and illnesses, we treat a variety of urgent medical conditions. What sets us apart is not just our central location in Lincoln, but the convenience of our extended hours, including weekends. We've become Lincoln's first choice for urgent care because we treat patients of all ages for a variety of conditions and take most insurances. We're proud to be an approved provider for veterans and welcome in our military patients.
From our family to yours, we're here when you need us.
Top of inning number 5 from McBean Stadium. Potters back on top 4-3 thanks to the Russell home run. It'll be Ken Blankenship on the mound out of Lodi, California, and Sac City College. He will relieve Will Urey, who went 4 innings, gave up 7 hits, 3 runs, and struck out 5. 2 tough runs given up in the 4th by Will as a little infield single, and then a pop-up that nobody caught. Ended up being a run, and then a double by Roth to score the 2nd run. But he'll leave with his team ahead 4-3, and Ken Blankenship on the mound, the big right-hander. 6'2", 245 out of Lodi, and he'll face the top of the order. That means Caleb Ford for the Novato Knicks. He'll take it high, he'll take it inside, 1-0. Ford followed by Benny Nazario and then Matt Anderson. Great crowd out here on a Sunday afternoon. 105 was our start today. 105 is our start tomorrow. There's a chopper into the hole, backhanded at shortstop and thrown across the diamond by Diome, and he got him at first base. That's an excellent play by the youngster from Roseville. Aiden Diome showing a strong arm running to his right, throwing back across his body and retiring forward at first base. And that was the first out of the first batter of the 5th inning, and that's the Farmers' 5th. So if you retire the first batter, that means half off Farmers Brewing Company down the first base line at the Brick and Barrel backyard. 1 out, and here is Benny Nazario. Takes inside. He has struck out and singled so far in this one. Benny out of Chaminade University. Had a hit last night, has a hit today, and has a line drive but foul down the left field line. Activity for the Knicks in their bullpen as well. Potters also have another guy up and throwing. They got Morrell went the first 5, and then they used, I think, 3 pitchers the rest of the way. So, yeah, Jensen, Pettis, and Williams. So once the starter went out, Eli Garcia went to his pen often. Blankenship's next one is outside, 2-1. Matt Anderson to follow, the first baseman, who had an RBI single his last appearance out of Santa Rosa Junior College. Blankenship delivers high and inside. Nazario ahead in the count, 3 balls and 1 strike. We're in the top of the 5th inning from McBean Stadium in lovely Lincoln, California. Game 2 of the 2025 summer campaign. 33 home games on tap. Hopefully some playoff games in the PEL, and then we've got the West Coast World Series as well. That one's hit into left center field. Coming on, coming on, coming on. A sliding catch is made in left field by Kenneth Winters. The Lincoln product with a nice defensive play to help Blankenship, who's got 2 nice defensive plays here in the first 2 batters. And here's Matt Anderson. That one just had a little bit too much air underneath it. One of those lobs in tennis that just have a little too much and lets the opposing player get to it and do something with it. And that one was Kenneth Winters with a sliding catch. Check swing is high for Matt Anderson. 1 for 4 in the series with an RBI back in inning number 3 for the big right-handed hitter out of Santa Rosa. Cody Guy would follow if Anderson gets something started here against Ken Blankenship. That breaking ball misses inside. Ryan Villanueva behind the plate. 105 tomorrow as well, as we have the concluding game of this 3-game series to open the season. Then a day off on Tuesday. Fastball is in there for a strike, and then we got games the next, I think, 6 Tuesdays. So that tomorrow Tuesday will be the last Tuesday we have off for a while. Then on Wednesday, the South Bay Storm come in for a single game. That'll be a 6:35 start. in the dirt, 3-1. And then the California Red Tails, I believe, come in over the weekend. That'll be Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. Saturday, another fireworks day. And it is also Disney night next Saturday. 3-1 pitch, ball 4. Anderson gets the base on balls, reaches for the second straight time, and will bring up Cody Guy. So Friday, a regular 7:05. Then Saturday will be a 6:05 because of the fireworks. And then Sunday, next Sunday, will also be an afternoon game at 1:05 against the Red Tails. We are just 2 weeks away from our first guest commentator of the season. The newly retired Country Music Radio Hall of Famer Tom Maley will be back for his third season as a guest announcer, and I don't think he's learned much about baseball in the previous 2, so that should be very, very entertaining. High for a ball 1-0. Retiring from KNCI's Pat and Tom show after, 25, 30 years, whatever it was. I think Tom's a fishing guide now, something like that. We will talk to him about that. On the 8th, a game against the Express. Strike. Blankenship evens the count at 1-1 on Cody Guy. Cody flied to right in the second, then grounded to second in the third, so he is 0 for 2. 0 for 3 in the series so far for the left fielder out of Cal State Monterey Bay.
Try again.
I just got the okay from the upstairs, from the executives here at Potterland. We're going to go to Stones McCoy again after this out. Oh, man, I'm nervous now. That's going to get away and go back to the backstop, and advancing to second will be Anderson. So he's in scoring position. Potters have not been good defensively with 2 outs so far in this game. I think all 3 runs they have allowed have come with 2 outs. They got the first 2 outs on 2 good defensive plays, one by Diome, one by Winters. The walk to Anderson. He is now at second after that wild pitch. And Cody Guy with a 2-ball, 1-strike count. Make that 3 balls and 1 strike. John Holtz, the designated hitter, is next. 1 for 2 on the day. Both of those against our starting pitcher, Will Yeary. Chopper right back to Blankenship. He makes the stab, goes 2/3 of the way over and throws it right at the last moment. And he tagged a good play by Ty McGraw to make the tag on the runner going by. So no runs, no hits, 1 left. After 4.5, Potters on top, 4-3. Let's do it again. Let's go see Stones McCoy.
Let's see, if you have lucky number 487, 487, you just won a gift card to OTP. 487, check your lucky number scorecard right now. 487 it is. And don't forget things to send.
We've absolutely enjoyed every day you've been out here. You
Bottom of inning number 5. Potters on top, 4-3. Mark the Phantom low here. Riley the engineer. Stones McCoy is out looking for his audio. Willie Preston is on the PA. The intern coordinator is Carson, and Lucas is right next to him. He's the intern who's being coordinated. And the first hitter will be Cal Elvis, who has popped out to third in his only appearance. Trent Casiola is the new pitcher out of Los Medanos College. So Elsner went 4 innings, gave up 6 hits, 4 runs, struck out 2. The bad thing about it is him and Bill looked like they were having such a great time. I really wanted to hear what they had to say. We're going to go through, we're going to deconstruct everything, Riley, and we're going to come out, we're going to figure it out. It's going to be fantastic. Casiola delivers a strike. It's 0-2 to Cal Elvis. It just makes it so much sweeter when it works. You see what I'm saying? First weekend, we're trying things. Riley's not convinced. Inside for a ball. He's Gen Z. Gen Z, they got to see it. You can talk about it all you want, but Gen Z's got to see it. Chopper down the third base line. That's going to be a tough play for Nazario across the diamond. He got him by a half step at first. Benny Nazario, an excellent play to get Elvis at first base on the chopper, and it'll bring up Brian Williams, the center fielder, the leadoff hitter. Struck out in the first, applied to center in the third.
Now batting for the Potters, our center fielder from Dallas Baptist University, Brian Williams Jr.
So Trent Casiola, the new pitcher. Elsner pitched pretty well, and obviously the 3 hits in a row for the Potters back in the 4th inning. The single by Diome, the single by McGraw, and the 3-run homer by Tristan Russell puts a crimp in the style, but I thought overall Elner threw the ball pretty well. Didn't walk anybody and had a pair of strikeouts. That one's hit high in the air, pretty well to left center field. Still going, still going. That one is up against the fence. Coming around second. Williams thinking third, but he's going to stop at second base. So Brian Williams has hit the ball well a couple of times so far in this series. That time he got it out to left center between Corrales and Guy, and nobody could catch up to it. Williams thought about going for 3, pulls up at 2, and he's at second base with 1 out and Jake Lavin, the hitter. Just to need a little bit more, or if he hit that one to straightaway left field, that probably would have got out of here. We got spoiled with Russell's home run in the 4th, so we saw Williams hit it and just kind of wish it a little bit further. Lavin is singled and flied to center field so far in his 2 trips to the plate. Had a couple of hits yesterday. Williams bluffs like he's going, has to get back, and Casiola pays him no mind, delivers outside. So Brian, a little bit lucky that Trent was fixated on home plate because he had it in his mind to go take third base for himself. Lavin chops it down the first base line. That's a foul ball. Matt Anderson making the play down there. Mayor of Lincoln, unofficial mayor, Ray Garcia, patrolling behind home plate. Not on the field, but, you know, in the stands. Just making sure everything's going well out there. We saw Clifton Taylor out there, one of the owners. We saw him up here earlier, talking about horse racing, as he often does. Just trying to get him to name a horse after me. Casiola checking at second base. Moving in behind the runner is Caleb Ford. Lavin hits it back up the middle. Right there is Caleb Ford because he was holding the runner on, and he throws to first and gets Jake. Moving to third is Williams. So probably unfortunate in the Jake Lavin part that he had a runner at second base because that brought Caleb Ford over to that area. And with 2 outs and a runner on third, Aiden Diome will be the hitter. He's hit into a double play, and he's singled, and he's had a tremendous defensive play at the shortstop spot. Aiden, who played third base yesterday out of Roseville, California, headed to the University of Arizona. Swings and fouls that one off, 0-1. Ty McGraw on deck. McGraw with a couple of hits in this game. Potters have 7 hits. 0-1 pitch. Check swing. Did he go? No, ball gets away. Here comes Williams. They're not going to get him. He'll score. Very aggressive base running, gets a run for the Potters. And makes it 5-3. And give Williams credit for that run all by himself. He scores on the wild pitch. Diome takes a strike. One. One ball, two strikes on Aiden Diome. That one is a little bit too high. The fastball from Casiola, about 82, 83 miles an hour, has been where his fastball has been here in this first inning of work. That one is just a little outside, held up by Roth just to try to get an extra consideration from the umpire. Did not get it. It's a full count. That one's lifted foul down the left field line over toward the Fat Cat in the new grassy knoll area where the new footpath was installed last year. But Diome now still with that 3-ball, 2-strike count. Potters lead at 5-3. That's in the dirt, ball 4. So Aiden is on base for the second time in a row, second time in the game. Had a couple of hits yesterday. Here's Ty McGraw, who has a couple of hits today and has scored a couple of runs. He doubled in the second, scored, and singled in the fourth and scored. He scored on the Tristan Russell home run. Gilbert Roth with a little bit of modifications there with the catcher's utensils, and he is ready to go, and so is Ty McGraw out of Gardendale, Alabama. Big first baseman settles in for his first at bat against Trent Casiola. One ball and no strikes on Ty. Potters won last night 10-3. Broke it open with 5 in the 8th. They lead this one 5-3. We're in the bottom of inning number 5 here. And we'll take on the Knicks again. Will the Potters tomorrow at 1:05. A Monday afternoon game, Memorial Monday. Swing and a miss off speed pitch. I thought he had it timed, but chalked that one up for Casiola. 2 balls and 1 strike here to tie. No activity, neither bullpen right now. There goes the runner. The 2-1 pitch is outside. The throw's going to be too late. And Diome picked a perfect pitch. He got a good jump and also picked a perfect pitch, a breaking ball to steal on, and he will slide into second base safely. And McGraw, meanwhile, now with a 3-ball, 1-strike count as Piper the Peacock holds court down to our left. Brightly colored Piper the Peacock, I will say. Riley, you haven't weighed in on the bright colors yet. Are you for? Yeah, it's pretty bright, he says. Check swing, and it's going to be called strike 2. Full count now on Ty. Three-two on the way from Casiola. Outside, ball 4 as Caleb Ford snuck in behind Diome at second base. A pickoff would have been quite easy. But Casiola concentrating on the plate, walks Ty McGraw. And so, stop me if you've heard this one before, Tristan Russell comes up with 2 men on for the Potters. Last time it happened was just last inning when he sent one 358 feet. That was against Elsner, the left-hander. Now he's switching around to about left-handed against the right-hander. Trent Cassiola. So probably won't get a repeat of the left field home run. Inside, and that's going to get through the catcher. Moving up on the pass ball is both Aiden Diome and Ty McGraw to second and third, respectfully. So they're right there for Russell to have himself a ball game. Already 3 runs batted in for Tristan. Coming to us from Cypress, Texas, and the University of Houston, the Cougars. Sharp grinder down the first base line, but foul, knocked down by the first base coach and protecting the players in the bullpen. He'll just return that one right to the pitcher. Well played. Well played, sir. Mentioned that Eli Garcia's assistant coach is Tyler Malone. Another one is Casey DeMello. His pitching coach is Nate Kujawski, and the trainer Cheyenne Varga. Lifted high up in the air. Second baseman Ford is going to give way to Caleb Ford, the shortstop. He'll make the catch. So the Potters get a couple runners on. They do manage to score 1 in the 5th. We'll go to the top of the 6th inning. Potters 5, Knicks 3.
American River College is a top-tier community college sports program that provides student athletes with the opportunity to thrive both athletically and academically. ARC Athletics is currently ranked 5th in the state and 2nd in Northern California. With over 19 sports programs, our athletes compete with the region's best athletes. Our diverse and dedicated coaching staff helps athletes develop the skills necessary to compete at the next level. Start your community college athletics journey with us. American River College, Sacramento's best athletic program. Go Beavers.
Top of inning number 6. The new pitcher is Bobby Remedi, the right-hander out of Folsom, California, and Benedictine University. He will come on to face, well, he's going to face John Holtz, but let me make sure that's John Holtz. That one is, say, number 31. That's Evan Mertz, who's in there to hit for Holtz. So Mertz is batting for John Holtz. Mertz started yesterday. He lines that one into left field. Winters is right there, and he'll make the catch. Hit hard by Mertz. But he is the first out here in the 6th inning, the first victim of Bobby Remedi. Now to bring up Nicholas O'Rourke, another pinch hitter. Hitting for Drake Portress. O'Rourke was in the game yesterday in right field. He's from Los Medanos College. Nicholas was 0 for 2. So O'Rourke making his first appearance. He takes a breaking ball, and it's inside. 1-0. Lines out in the left center. It is down for a base hit. That'll go all the way to the wall. O'Rourke will round first. Picked up by Williams in center field, but it's a solid double for the pinch hitter, Nicholas O'Rourke. That is the 8th hit of the day for the Knicks, and Jack Corrales is the hitter. Except it is Adrian Ruiz going to come up and bat for Corrales. Adrian started yesterday, and he had a couple of hits. So he is going to bat for Jet Corrales with O'Rourke at second base and 1 out here in the top of inning number 6.
Pinch hitting for the Knicks, number 2, Adrian Ruiz.
Ruiz was 2 for 4 with a run scored yesterday and had a great catch to rob Brian Williams of extra bases early in that game. He's up here with a runner at second and 1 out. But his pitch is popped up. Bobby points at it. The third baseman, Elvis, comes on and makes the catch. And I made it sound a little bit easier than it was, but that's okay. The catch was made, and there's 2 outs. And that's all that we have to be concerned about right now. Trenton Ford is the scheduled hitter, but number 9, that's Max Shabasteri, is going to hit. So 4 straight pinch hitters here in the 6th inning is Shabastari, who started yesterday. Max was 1 for 3 yesterday, and he takes over the GOAT batter designation, which I'm sure is thrilling for him. Breaking ball, inside corner, 0-1. Oh, 1 pitch on the way. Runner still at second base. That's a swing and a miss. So we're 2/3 of the way to half off Dueling Dogs. And now the Dogs get a little intensified. That's when Willie starts pressing too many buttons to get too many dogs over there. You need bigger dogs, Willie, bigger dogs. Mean big dogs. Arrgh. Swing and a miss, and he got him. If you're in the stadium and you're listening to me right now, get up out of your seat and go down to the Brick and Barrel backyard, half off Dueling Dogs. No runs, a hit, 1 left. We go to the bottom of the 6th inning. Potter's on top, 5-3.
Being a laborer means everything. It was what took care of me when I was growing up. It's what takes care of me now. Because of President Biden and the money he's put into infrastructure, the need for our workforce to expand is out of this world. When our members are able to go to work on these big projects that are funded by an economic investment, it means continued growth in their wages and their pensions and their health benefits. It means they're going to be able to take care of their families.
When it comes to your home's maintenance and repairs, Jeffers Resource Group has you covered. Our handyman services offer a comprehensive range of expertise, from minor carpentry to drywall, electrical and flooring for property managers, landlords, and renters alike. We ensure that every job is completed to the highest standards, so you can have peace of mind. Contact us today to discover how Jeffers Resource Group can help keep your home in top shape.
Bottom of inning number 6. Trent Cassiola still out on the mound for the Knicks. The Potters lead at 5-3, and Ryan Villanueva, who has an RBI ground out and a double, which could have been a triple, but he fell down going around first base. But we won't mention that. That might be embarrassing. And look out for that one, Ryan. It was behind you. And that is ball one. I want to shout out Tracy McGraw, who is Ty McGraw's mom. Ty McGraw, the first baseman, 2 for 2 today with 2 runs scored and a walk. Tracy is out here checking it out all the way from Gardendale, Alabama. And she says, and I don't know, I don't have verification on this, she says there are Alabamans right now back in Gardendale who are watching this broadcast and enjoying Ty and the Lincoln Potters. And so we say hello to all of them in Alabama. There's a line drive. That's a base hit down the third base line. Villanueva might try for 2 again. Let's see if he does. Picked up in left field, and he kind of slides around, going around first again. Good play in left field by Cody Guy to get it in quickly. And Ryan will stay at first base with another hit, his second of the game. Anyway, want to shout out Tracy and all of her friends out there in Gardendale, Alabama. We have to figure out if that's University of Alabama, or if it's Auburn University, Alabama. There's 2 different Alabamas, as we all know. Anyway, thanks for watching. Hope you enjoy this summer season, and we're thrilled to have Ty and Tracy out here in Lincoln for a little while. First pitch is, I thought was a strike, but the umpire disagreed, and Kenneth Winters will take it for a ball. And I'm always on Kenneth's side from Lincoln, California, so I'll say okay. He'll take that one, and that's also a ball, 2-0. Looks like Dawson Raddick, the right-hander, is warming up out in the bullpen. He is from Gretna, Nebraska. At least I think that's what that says, Ron. Gretna, is that what that is? Sounds like an insurance company. That is outside. Did he swing? Yes, he did. The blue is conspiring against Kenneth. It's 2 balls and 1 strike. So Dawson Raddick warming up. He is not at a university right now. He is between universities, but the right-hander is warming up. That looked like a good pitch, and it was validated by the umpire. So it's 2 balls and 2 strikes with Villanueva at first base. Nobody out here in the 6th, and the Potters on top 5-3. No activity for the Knicks. Winters hits it high in the air to right field. O'Rourke is out there. He'll make the catch for the out. And Winters is retired. Kenneth now 0 for 3 in this one. A couple of ground outs and that fly out to right field. And that'll bring up Ty Russell. Tyler Russell from Queen Creek, Arizona, and the University of Arizona. He has struck out and grounded to second. He's up here with Villanueva at first base. Cal Elvis in the on-deck circle. Breaking ball, just a little bit too low to the umpires. Likely 1 ball and no strikes. Potters with 1 in the 2nd, 3 in the 4th, and 1 in the 5th. The 3 came on the Tristan Russell 3-run home run. That one sails inside. 2-0 on time. Breaking ball inside again, 3-0. Villanueva at first. Ryan 2 hits in this game, plus an RBI ground out. And that is outside corner for a strike. Three balls, 1 strike on Ty Russell. Breaking ball inside, ball 4. So 2 on and 1 out here in the 6th, and Cal Elvis will be the hitter. Cal had a couple of hits last night. He's up here 0 for 2 so far. Pop out to third and a ground out to third. Out of Vacaville, California, University of California at San Diego. Brian Williams, the top of the order on deck. Potter's trying to put a couple more up on the board here in the 6th inning. Elvis shoots one down the left field line out of play. Over the grassy knoll onto the McBean Park proper area down there. McBean Stadium, just one part of McBean Park. We've got a kids thing. We've got the carousel going. We've got basketball courts. Used to have a skateboard park, and I think they've changed it to something else now. But a swimming pool way over there on the east side. That bounces all the way back to the backstop, but the wild pitch will allow Villanueva and Russell to advance. They are now at second and third. 1 ball, 1 strike count on Cal Elvis. It's a nice, relaxed crowd out here on a Sunday. Perfect temperament for an afternoon game. We got another one coming up tomorrow. Hope everybody here comes back tomorrow. Fastball misses. Big crowd, over 1,500 last night for opening night, and fireworks. Potters had their own fireworks in the bottom of the 8th inning as they put 5 runs up on the board on a 10-3 win. That one's popped up left field. Guy is going to have it now. He's moving in a little bit, makes the catch. The runner at third tags. He'll score easily as the throw goes over the head of the third baseman, which allows Russell to alertly get over to third base. It's a sacrifice fly for Elvis. He has himself an RBI. Potters have themselves a run. Villanueva scores, and Russell moves over to third base. And with 2 outs, here's Brian Williams. A strikeout, a flyout, and a double for Brian Williams Jr. He was 1 for 3 yesterday, 1 for 3 today. He's got Russell down at third base. And that one, nice job blocking that one by Roth. That one was in the dirt from the start. And Gilbert Roth got in ahead of that one, knocked it down. 1 ball, no strikes, and Ty Russell forced to stay at third base. Potters on top 6-3. We're in the bottom of inning number 6. Williams takes a breaking ball, misses outside. 2-0 to Brian. Now there's a little activity in the Knicks bullpen. Potters have been warming people up almost continuously. It's a little dribble down the first base line, takes a wicked hop and stays fair. Picked up by Anderson at first, and he tags the bag. Potters score once in the 6th. We go to the 7th. They're on top 6-3.
When it comes to your home's maintenance and repairs, Jeffers Resource Group has you covered. Our handyman services offer a comprehensive range of expertise, from minor carpentry to drywall, electrical and flooring for property managers, landlords, and renters alike. We ensure that every job is completed to the highest standards, so you can have peace of mind. Contact us today to discover how Jeffers Resource Group can help keep your home in top shape.
Top of inning number 7 from McBean Stadium. Mark the Phantom low. Riley the engineer. Stones is wandering around somewhere. Brandon the intern is behind us. Lucas, the intern over there, working on the point streak. Dawson Raddick is the new pitcher, and he's a submariner. That's all I'm going to say. He's out of Gretna, Nebraska. And he is 1 ball and no strikes on Gilbert Roth, the catcher, the number 9 hitter. That one's dribbled out towards shortstop. It's a slow dribbler. Diome has it across the diamond. Nice strong arm by Aiden Diome at shortstop. We've seen it a couple of times today, and we saw it again right there to retire Roth at first base for the first out here in the 7th inning and bring up Caleb Ford. So Raddick is the 4th pitcher. Will Yeary went the first 4 innings, gave up 7 hits, 3 runs, and Blankenship an inning, Rometty an inning. Rometty had a strikeout, so 6 strikeouts for Potter's pitchers. Caleb Ford is the hitter, and the pitch is a strike. That one is inside for a ball. Riley, the engineer, picking up some food items from somewhere. Willie Preston? Willie's got the hookup everywhere. That's why he's the guy you got to know if you're out here. That one catches the outside corner. Excellent pitch by Raddick. 1-2 now on Caleb Ford. Benny Nazario slated next. There's a chopper down the third base line. That's going to be tough. Cut off by Raddick. He throws to first, and he doesn't get him. Ford beats it out. Excellent play by Raddick, but that's just too tough. Another infield single for the Knicks. That is their 9th hit of the day. And Benny Nazario will be the hitter. Benny has one of the previous 8, a single back in the 3rd inning. He's also struck out and flied to left. So Ford at first base with 1 out here in the 7th. Swing and a miss. What do you got there? Oh, that looks good. Burrito bowl. Oh, yeah. Tremendous. Is that from the new place over there, Willie? The new place down there? Yeah. What's the name of it? Do you know the name of the place? Sabores Domecq. Okay, he knows the name of it. They have a restaurant in Roseville. Very good. That's lined to right field. Coming on is Ty Russell. He'll make the catch about shoulder height and get it back into the infield. So hit well by Nazario, but he is out on a fly ball to right field. 2 outs here in the 7th, and Matt Anderson, the next hitter. So that's Braden Coletto. So Braden Coletto was going to come up and bat for Matt Anderson. Yesterday, Coletto started at first base, and Anderson came in for him, so I assume that is okay with everybody involved. Coletto comes on in the 7th inning. Anderson was 1 for 2 with a walk and an RBI. Here's Coletto. Raddick's first pitch is down low. Braden was 0 for 2 yesterday with a couple of groundouts. Both against starting pitcher Jake Morrell. 1-0. Raddick's going to go over to first base, and back in plenty of time is Caleb Ford. Riley, that looks like a very enjoyable burrito bowl right there. And Riley just nods his agreement. Chopper foul back to the screen. Dawson Raddick, 6 foot 185, out of Gretna, Nebraska. Working here in the top of the 7th inning with 2 outs. The chopper out to Diome at shortstop. He's going to take it on the big hop and gun it across the diamond just in time for the out at first. Strong arm by the shortstop. We'll go to the bottom of the 7th inning. It's time for everybody to stretch with the Potters up 6-3.
Gooseport Public House. We have sports on 10 big screen TVs, 23 beer taps with classics and crafts, a full bar with creative craft mixed drinks, live music, and most importantly, great fresh food. In downtown Roseville off Vernon Street. Only 15 minutes from the ballpark. See ya at Gooseport.
President of Placer County Association of Realtors, store, our conference facilities, an amazing team help keep together an amazing organization. We thank them all.
This organization can't do what it does and can't run the way it runs without the help of so many members volunteering their time.
The success of the Placer County Association of Realtors is largely dependent on our active volunteer members to help our organization and industry. The work of our committees greatly impacts our ability to champion efforts across the board and giving back to the Placer County community wherever we can.
Like all service organizations, I wanted to serve. And getting involved with the affiliate committee was the perfect way to do that.
I love being able to serve my community with my business friends and other leaders and give back to those who are in need.
The thing I love about the PCAR committees is they all work toward the same goal of bringing the community together to support those in need in our surrounding area.
I instantly came to the meeting and had a wonderful time, felt like I was a part of something bigger, and it was just the start of my leadership journey.
Bottom of inning number 7 as Riley snacks on his burrito bowl from Sabores de Mexico, who's located down the third base line and thoughtfully supplied Riley with some sustenance here. Jake Lavin will be our hitter to start off the bottom of the 7th for the Potters, who lead it. He punts it down the third base line, scooped up by Rosario over to first, not in time. Jake Lavin with a brilliantly placed bunt. He gets his second hit of the day, and he is at first with nobody out. Kai Beeler is the new pitcher out of College of Marin for the Novato Knicks. He's the third pitcher as Sebastian Elsner started, went 4 innings, then Trent Casiola went the next 2, and now Beeler. Here's Aiden Diome, who has grounded into a double play. He has singled and he has walked. He scored a run. He's made a couple of excellent defensive plays at shortstop, especially showing off a very strong arm. And the left-handed hitter's up here with nobody out and a runner at first base. And he takes the fastball and he takes it outside for a ball. 1-0. Aiden has 2 hits in 5 appearances last night. So 3 hits so far as a Potter and 3 runs scored. Takes inside on that one. 2-0. Ty McGraw follows. Line drive right at the first baseman, caught by Coletto, and he tags the bag for the double play. Not much anybody can do about that one, and credit to Coletto, who's holding the runner on for having the wherewithal to hang with that one, as that ball was hit like a bullet down the first base line. It turns into the double play, and here's Ty McGraw. He's doubled and scored in the second, singled and scored in the fourth, and walked in the fifth. Got Mom Tracy in the crowd. He got the people back in Gardendale listening and watching, so it's all set up for a big fly right here. And that one is high for a ball, 1-0. We've had 1 home run today, the 3-run blast by Tristan Russell, who is our on-deck hitter. McGraw with a pair of hits last night and a pair of hits today. Watches that one go outside, 2-0. So a bunt single by Lavin, then a line double play by Diome. His second double play of the day, unfortunately, for Aiden. Really not much you could do about that one. That's, if there's no runner at first, that's headed for the right field corner. 2-0 pitch to McGraw. He takes inside, almost hit him, 3-0. 1 pitch away from getting on base 4 times in a row in this one. I'm giving him the green light here at 3-0. And he swings and grounds it out to second base. Chabastari, who came in for 4, and throws him out at first. And we are out of the bottom of the 7th inning. We go to the 8th. The Potters on top, 6-3.
Gooseport Public House. We have sports on 10 big screen TVs, 23 beer taps with classics and crafts, a full bar with creative craft mixed drinks, live music, and most importantly, great fresh food. In downtown Roseville off Vernon Street, only 15 minutes from the ballpark. See ya at Gooseport.
Vinny Lencioni is going to start off the top of the 8th inning. He'll bat for Cody Guy. Lencioni started yesterday. He was 0 for 3 at an RBI. So Lencioni will start it off. Dawson Raddick still on the mound, and he delivers inside for a ball. Gave up the infield hit to Ford in the 7th, but that was all. Evan Mertz should be next, and then Nicholas O'Rourke as a weak grounder out to second base. Scooped up out there and gunned to first by Jake Lavin for the first out here in the 8th. And Evan Mertz will be the hitter. He batted for Holtz back in the 6th, lined out to left field. So he is 0 for 1 in this one. Out of Sonoma State University. First pitch misses outside from Dawson Raddick. Undecided on college choice right now out of Gretna, Nebraska. That one just misses outside. 2-0. That slice in the left field, it'll get down in front of Winters for the base hit. So Mertz is 1 for 2. That is the 10th hit for the Knicks in this one. Just had 5 hits in last night's game. So here's Nicholas O'Rourke. Pinch hitter in the 6th inning, delivered a double, but was stranded at second base. Raddick's first pitch is in there for a strike. O'Rourke out of Los Madonnas College, down in Pittsburgh, I believe, in that area. He slices that one foul out of play to our right. So it's quickly 0-2, checking out the VIP, the Kiln, we call it, down the right field line. New seats installed by Stones McCoy in his spare time. Just kind of an added part right there. They still have all the tables and everything, but now they have some anchored seats down there so you can take a break and check out the game. That one's back to the backstop. And on the wild pitch, Mertz will go down to second base. So just a little bit more of a little amenity down there. You don't have to stand at the fence down there. You can just kind of settle down into one of those comfortable seats. And if you have anything wrong with it, just blame Stones, which is what we do for most stuff around here anyway, even if he had nothing to do with it. Swing and a miss. So O'Rourke is out on strikes. First strikeout for Dawson Raddick, and with 2 outs and Mertz at second base, Adrian Ruiz is the hitter. Also pinch hit back in the 6th inning, popped out to third base in his only appearance. Had a couple of hits in last night's game, did Adrian. Takes that one a little bit high, a little bit outside, 1-0. Mac Chavastari in the on-deck circle. Should Adrian keep the inning going for the Knicks, who trail at 6-3, still well within striking distance here in the top of the 8th. Delivers inside, 2-0. That one is in there for a strike. 2-1 on Adrian Ruiz. Adrian from the College of Marin. Two balls, one strike. That one misses outside, 3-1. Knicks got one in the third and two in the fourth. But all zeros since then. 3-1 pitch is inside, ball four. First walk issued by Dawson Raddick. 2 on now. And Max Shabastari coming to the plate. Came on to pinch hit for Trenton Ford back in the sixth and struck out, so Max is 0 for 1. Cal Elvis is going to go in and talk to Dawson Raddick. Potters do have some activity in the bullpen. I was expecting that anyway. If Raddick got through this inning, either way, that we were going to have a different pitcher in the ninth. So Dawson with 2 outs and 2 on. Shabastari from Sonoma State University. Looks like Cruz Wexler is on deck to bat for Gilbert Roth. That is inside for a ball. So Wexler comes out in the on-deck circle out of Claremont McKenna College. He would be hitting for Roth. 1-0 pitch is chopped foul down the third baseline, down to the bullpen area, which is quiet for the Knicks right now. They just brought in Beeler in the 7th, so we're thinking we'll see Kai again in the 8th. McGraw, Lavin, Diome, and Elvis in the infield for the Potters. Winters, Williams, and Russell in the outfield. That's hit well to left center field. Williams is on the move, corrals it, and makes the catch. So Williams with the catch in center field. They'll leave 2. We'll go to the bottom of the 8th inning. Potters still on top, 6-3.
President of Placer County Association of Realtors, a store, conference facilities, an amazing team helps to keep together an amazing organization. And we thank them all.
This organization can't do what it does and can't run the way it runs without the help of so many members volunteering their time.
The success of the Placer County Association of Realtors is largely dependent on our active volunteer members to help our organization and industry. The work of our committees greatly impacts our ability to champion efforts across the board and giving back to the Placer County community wherever we can.
Like all service organizations, I wanted to serve. And getting involved with the affiliate committee was the perfect way to do that.
I love being able to serve my community with my business friends and other leaders and give back to those who are in need.
The thing I love about the PCAR committees is they all work toward the same goal of bringing the community together to support those in need in our surrounding area.
I instantly came to the meeting and had a wonderful time. Felt like I was a part of something bigger, and it was just the start of my leadership journey.
Astro Air Design Incorporated, where you feel the difference. We are a locally owned and operated heating, air conditioning, and custom sheet metal company committed to the highest quality of craftsmanship at a competitive price. Our trained and certified technicians have the knowledge and experience required to install, maintain, or repair your home comfort solutions. Our upfront pricing gives you the peace of mind because you know your price is locked in. Call Astro Air Design Incorporated today.
Here in Michigan, we do more than just survive the winter. We thrive during it. You simply can't keep us away from what we love most: great times and amazing beer. The snow transforms the landscape and lays the path for adventures yet to be had. Trails ready to be explored and freshly groomed hills ready for the first run of the day. And later, as the sun descends, it's time to unwind with great conversation and even better friends. Experience a taste of Michigan winter with Founders Brewing Company, born and brewed in Michigan.
Bottom of the 8th inning, Kai Buehler, is still out on the mound for the Knicks, and Tristan Russell will be the hitter. He is the man of the hour with the 3-run homer back in the 4th inning, so he's 1 for 3 with the 3 RBI, batting left-handed against the right-hander, Kai Buehler. That one sails outside for a ball, 1-0. The home run came off the left-hander, Sebastian Elsner. So Tristan was on the right side out of Cypress, Texas. Breaking ball just misses, and it broke in a little bit too late. So it's 2-0. Inside ball 3. Was that Sydney the intern? No? Oh, she just had okay, I see. I'll talk to you about that later, Stones. We've got to start compiling those intern rankings. I was in there for a strike. Everything's important. Everything is important in those rankings. 3-1, they're widely circulated amongst teams. They want to see, well, how was your ranking last year when they try to hire somebody? That's high ball 4. No, it's called strike 2 on a very late call. And Russell had already got rid of the bat, and I already called him up for a walk. So both of us, egg on the face. But I don't know. I looked a little high. So Tristan's going to try to calm his nerves. I'll try to do the same. And he'll come back in here. Ryan Villanueva on deck. Full count to Russell. Pops it up. Shortstop Caleb Ford calls for it, and he will make the play. So Russell thought he had himself a walk. He has a pop out to shortstop for the first out of the inning, and Ryan Villanueva, who's had an RBI ground out, and then a double, then a single, and scored a run. So he has been very productive in his debut. The catcher out of Brea, California, and Fullerton College. Takes a breaking ball inside and high. 1 ball in, no strikes. He's followed by Kenneth Winters, the Potters left fielder today, shortstop yesterday. That one is in there for a call strike. Evens the count on Ryan Villanueva. 1 ball in, 1 strike. Potters with 9 hits on the day. Elsner started for the Knicks, then Cassioli, and now Buehler. Breaking ball, nice looking pitch. Misses inside. 2-1. Two balls, 1 strike. We do have activities, we said, in the Potters bullpen. Nothing going on for the Knicks. That one is zipped, and that's going to spin back. A fair ball, I think. It started off foul, ended up fair, scooped up by Coletto. And Villanueva is out, 3 unassisted. That one just had enough time to get back fair before it hit the bag. And here's Kenneth Winters with 2 outs here in the 8th inning. So Winters is up here. He's got a couple ground outs and a fly out to right field. Up here for his 4th time. Takes the first pitch from Buehler down low. 1 ball and no strikes on Kenneth. That's a soft liner into center field. That'll get into center field for a base hit for Kenneth Winters. So the Lincoln, California product is 1 for 4. He's at first base with the 10th hit for the Potters, and here's Ty Russell. I think. Yes. Tyler Russell out of Queen Creek, Arizona, who has a walk, a strikeout, and a ground out to second base. Hits it sharply down the third. Backhand off the glove of Nazario, and it's going to be an infield single for Russell. Second hit after 2 are out here in the 8th inning, and it'll bring up Cal Elvis. Nice try by Nazario down there to backhand it. That was headed toward the corner. But once he knocked it down, no chance of getting Russell at first base. Ty picks up the single. He's 1 for 3. So here's Elvis, who is 0 for 2 with a sacrifice fly. Picked up an RBI, his second of the summer, back in the 6th inning. Breaking ball's hit down the left field line. That'll be in for a base hit. Here comes Winters around third. He will score standing up. It's an RBI single for Elvis, his second RBI of the day. And the Potters extend their lead to 7-3. Stopping at second is Ty Russell. And here's Brian Williams, who's 1 for 4 with a double back in the 5th inning. He scored a run. So Elvis at first, Russell at second, and Brian Williams Jr. at the plate. Takes the breaking ball, and that's a good-looking pitch in there for strike one. 0-1 on Brian out of Midwest City, Oklahoma, and Dallas Baptist University. Potters on top now, 7-3 here, bottom of inning number 8. Fastball is a little bit too high. 1-1. Jake Lavin on deck. Another 2-hit day for Jake Lavin, including a bunt single his last time up back in the 7th inning. Breaking ball, nice looking pitch by Beeler. 1-2 to Brian Williams Jr. So it's 1-2 on Brian. Hits it out toward left field, moving over and making the catch in left field for the out. That is Vinny Lencioni out there. So the Potters score once in the 8th. We'll go to the 9th. They're on top, 7-3.
I'm Bill Spear, North Valley president of 5 Star Bank. In a time when business can feel so uncertain, we're here for you every step of the way.
I know they have a lot of bells and whistles within their bank, but just the relationship piece here locally on the business side is huge for us.
5 Star treats us like we're number one. They're right there with suggestions, with help. So I have to bank with people that have our mission in mind.
We're 5 Star Bank. How can we help you?
Top of inning number 9, Cruz Wexler will be our first hitter. He took over for Gilbert Roth behind the plate in the 8th inning, and he will be facing Joshua Gentile, 6'5" out of Stockton, and Gardner Webb University. And the first one is fouled off. Gentile, the 5th pitcher. Yuri went the first 4, then Blankenship an inning, Remedy an inning, 2 innings for Dawson Raddick, just 2 hits, no runs allowed. And Joshua Gentile is the 5th pitcher. Working from the stretch to Wexler inside. This is Cruz Wexler's first appearance at the plate out of Claremont McKenna College. He'll be followed by the top of the order. That's Caleb Ford and Benny Nazario. That one's in the dirt. 2 balls and 1 strike. Fastball misses outside, 3-1. 90 miles an hour for Joshua Gentile. Right-hander out of Stockton, California. Three-one pitch is in there, call strike 2. Another bat flung by a batter. That one was a little closer than the one to Russell in the bottom of the 8th, but nonetheless, 3 balls and 2 strikes on Wexler. Roth was actually 2 for 3 while he was in there today and drove in a run. 3-2 pitches fouled back. Riley very upset because that was kind of close to the camera. It doesn't have to be on the camera, just get the reverberations going on the camera, on the netting back there. It's enough to throw his calibrations off. Breaking ball is call strike 3 on the inside corner. Gentile gets the strikeout. Just the 7th or the 8th strikeout for Potter's pitchers today. And here's Caleb Ford, who is 1 for 4. He scored a run back in the 3rd inning. Right back up the middle off the glove of the pitcher Gentile into center field for a base hit. Ford is 2 for 5 with his 2nd consecutive hit. Hit number 11 for the Knicks in this one as they look ahead not only to the end of this inning but to tomorrow, 1:05. The 2 teams will meet again, and Benny Nazario will come up to the plate. 1 for 4, single back in the 3rd inning for Benny out of Chaminade University, playing 3rd base for the Knicks. Gentile got just the tip of his glove on that one as it came back through the mound. Check swing, nice off-speed slider, looked like it was a strike to Nazario. That one sliced down the right field line, but it's going to end up being foul over by the bullpen area, the VIP area. If you're in one of those seats that Stone's installed, you had a pretty good chance at that foul ball, although there's netting there, so they don't want it, it's not going to hit you or anything. But you had a pretty good chance at it. Quickly 0-2 on Benny Nazario. 1 for 4 yesterday, 1 for 4 today as well for the 3rd baseman. Hit sharply into the hole, into left field, a base hit. Mario took the breaking pitch and served it in between 3rd and short. 2 consecutive hits for the Knicks here in the 9th inning with 1 out, and it'll bring up Braden Collette, the first baseman. So Braden Coletto, the first baseman, is our hitter. He came on in the 7th inning and grounded to shortstop. Took over for Matt Anderson, who went 1 for 2 with an RBI while he was in there. So Coletto at the plate out of Mendocino College. Chance to do some damage here for the Knicks in the 9th. Chops it out slowly to second base. Lavin's going to just go to first and get the out, and he does. The runners move up, but the all-important second out is recorded here in the 9th inning, and that will bring up Vinny Lencioni, who came on for Cody Guy back in the 8th inning, grounded to second base in his only appearance. Vinny out of Sonoma State University. For 3 in yesterday's game. Did have an RBI. That one's too low for a ball. Ryan Villanueva behind the plate for the Potters in this one. Out of Brea, California, and Fullerton College. Gentile, 6'5". 1-0 pitch. Fastball in there for a strike. Got that one up to 89, did Joshua? Maybe I'll call him Josh. Joshua. Seems right. I'll have to get to know him a little bit first, man. Maybe I could shorten it to Josh. Right, Riley? You're an expert on this stuff. You know the etiquette on all these things. 1-1 pitch. That one all the way back to the backstop and comes right back. And so pretty good base running down to third by Caleb Ford, who's played here a couple times. Kind of sensed that ball was back to the catcher before he could even think about trying to score. So he'll stay put, as does Nazario at second base, because that would be embarrassing if he didn't. 2-1. Fouled out of play. 2 balls and 2 strikes, just a strike away from getting Eli Garcia his second win. Oh, wait a minute. The last strike guy's here. I did not know he was in the building, and he's trying to get the fans going. It's tougher on a Sunday afternoon than it is on a Saturday night. But he is very persuasive, is this last strike guy. And he's berating people, actually. He does it in a great way, though. He berates people in a very nice way. 2-2 pitch coming up from Gentile. Swing and a miss. He got him on strikes. Last strike guy has 2 for 2, and that's your ball game. No runs, 2 hits, 2 left. Our final score in this one, the Potters win their second in a row. They finish it up. They win it 7-3 over the Novato Knicks. Tomorrow we'll do it again at 1:05, and I think we're going to have a post game today, Raleigh. So let's go to the commercials. We'll come back with post game and hopefully with our star of the game right after this on the Stones Broadcast Networks.
Lincoln provides all the charm of a small town, yet still provides access to excellent local medical care. At Lincoln Urgent Care, you can find expert services and compassionate staff available 7 days a week. A friendly front desk staff will welcome you when you come into our brand new facility. Your wait time will be minimal at our walk-in clinic, unlike the emergency room. From broken bones and lacerations to allergies, flu shots, and illnesses, we treat a variety of urgent medical conditions. What sets us apart is not just our central location in Lincoln, but the convenience of our extended hours, including weekends. We've become Lincoln's first choice for urgent care because we treat patients of all ages for a variety of conditions and take most insurances. We're proud to be an approved provider for veterans and welcome in our military patients.
From our family to yours, we're here when you need us.
Astro Air Design Incorporated, where you feel the difference. We are a locally owned and operated heating, air conditioning, and custom sheet metal company committed to the highest quality of craftsmanship at a competitive price. Our trained and certified technicians have the knowledge and experience required to install, maintain, or repair your home comfort solutions. Our upfront pricing gives you the peace of